Well, all right. Welcome back to As It Should Be. Paul Bertolino here in the world-famous As It Should Be studios.
Wow!
Complete with Crystal Durant.
Hello!
Hey, Crystal!
Hi, Tommy!
And Tommy Von Voigt.
Hey, Tommy!
Hey,
Both
Tommy.
at the same time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, miracles never fucking cease.
Yes, well, I mean, if the MTA had anything to say about it, this would not be the case.
God
But
damn
we
it.
overcame.
Fuck.
But, anyway, we are here because this is weeks and weeks after the fact. Of course, the great Sly Stone has passed, and we decided, well, to
Pay tribute
by ranking his albums. Now, this is an album ranking, and we're going to be real with you. So it doesn't mean we're going to sit here and
Kiss his
do
ass.
nothing but positivity the whole time.
no.
I mean, there are albums at the bottom of the list.
We're keeping it
that
real like we always do.
You know what I mean? We're not
real.
going to love every album, and we're not going to claim we do just because,
Just because
it's
he's
too
dead.
soon.
Yeah.
All of that said, Tommy starts.
Buckle up, Buttercups.
Buckle up.
So you guys
But
should
it gets
know that I had a very, very unpleasant journey here that took an hour and 45 minutes, and it should have taken about 50.
Yeah.
So I'm in a mood right now.
Yeah.
So not all of this is directed at Sly and his foolishness, but some of it is directed at Sly and his foolishness.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
can't be helped.
we got some of the vibes in
yeah.
some of your texts, so
We
we
did.
knew some of this was coming anyway.
Yeah. So we got 11 albums. 11 of them are attributed to Sly The Family Stone, and one of them I think was considered a Sly solo album. But it's,
Yeah, but
For all
from that
intents and
point on, they're
purposes.
equally a solo album. He just changed them to being Bill the Sly and the Family
Right.
Stone, so
just for the
It's all the
purposes of
same
this
shit.
bit, we're just going to do it as
Yeah.
one
As
continuous
an
stream. I mean, he was the mastermind behind it all anyway. So coming in ice cold at number 11, we have from 1982, Ain't But the One Way. This guy could have given us some of the hottest goddamn 80s funk imaginable, but no, drugs.
I thought about that. I thought, man, Sly in '82 could have been
Amazing.
Oh my god.
what he could have been doing.
Right. Like that early 80s funk, like Prince and Rick James kind of shit. If Sly had been entering that race. But no. Drugs. Number 10 from 1973, we have Fresh. And I wrote, I just do not like this album at all. This is terrible. I do hear moments where he clearly influenced Prince, though, specifically, specifically some of the shittier, more forgettable Prince material.
Ouch.
The pitched up vocal thing is
Yeah.
Prince got from him 100%.
My number 9 from 1979, Back on the Right Track. No! Back on a lot of drugs again.
He's all, there came a point where he was always back. Every album was back. It's
Yeah.
like,
Like
no,
for
Sly,
real.
trust me,
Yeah.
you are not back.
You are not back. I'll tell you when you're back, motherfucker. All right, from number 8 from 1974, I have Small Talk. Mostly very boring with some obvious studio experimentation thrown in. My number 7 from 1971, I have There's a Riot Going On. And I just wrote, meh. There just isn't anything on here to sink my teeth into. The biggest song is Family Affair, which I've never, ever liked. It always sounded like it was recorded onto a bowl of soup while half asleep. Is this the point in which the drugs have taken over?
You know, I would have put money. I would have put money that would have been your bottom. When we were texting about doing this, right? We established that we were going to do Sly and the Family Stone ranking.
Yeah.
And then I went over to the side and texted just Crystal, and I said, Tommy is going to hate There's a Riot Going On. He is going to fuck. I mean, I knew you wouldn't like a lot of that later stuff, but I thought There's a Riot Going On was just going like, boom, number 11.
I really, really do not like that album, but there were 4 albums I disliked even more.
I'm surprised. Yeah, because
Yeah.
I feel like that's even less Tommy Rock than those other ones. At
Yeah.
least the other
Yeah.
ones are more upbeat.
Yeah, but not good.
Also, Tommy had never listened to these albums.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I guess we did.
This is
Yeah.
his first time.
Yeah.
This was, I mean, I was familiar with a couple of the big hits, obviously, but I'd never stepped to any of his catalog. So I went through the whole thing in order of release for the first time ever, just for this list.
Oh,
My number 6 from 1975, High on You. Sly sounds far more energetic than on the albums immediately preceding this, but it just doesn't make up for the lack of good songs. And my number 5 from 1967, I have A Whole New Thing. This record sounds like a great big party. It kind of explodes right out of the gate, but I don't really hear any songs on here that are classic level to me.
There aren't any big hit singles on it. Well, Underdog was a single, but it wasn't a big hit.
My number 4 from 1968, Life. Same situation as the first album. It sounds like they are absolutely having a blast, but there just isn't anything here that I feel like I need to revisit except maybe for harmony and life. My number 3, believe it or not, from 1976, Heard You Missed Me Well I'm Back.
Really?
I'm not
are you fucking
shitting
kidding
you.
me?
I am not shitting you. So here's what I wrote.
What is going on?
I know. Still not feeling like the songs are that great, but still an improvement over High on You, which was an improvement over what came before that. This would have been a better follow-up to Stand instead of There's a Riot Going On. Now, guys, remember, I'm coming at this from as somebody who never heard any of these albums
dumbfounded.
before.
Like you are defying all expectation on every level.
Well, I went into this not really having any expectations. How could I?
Well, what
have
I
any
would have expected,
expectations?
for you specifically,
Right.
and I don't
Okay.
mean like what the general sort of like
Consensus would be.
Right.
consensus is. Yeah.
Yeah, this is what I came up with, man. My number 2 from 1968, Dance to the Music. Starts out like the greatest and most important album you've ever heard in your entire life. Doesn't quite maintain that, and side 2 really peters out for me. And my number 1 from 1969,
Gee, which one's your number 1? I couldn't possibly guess.
Stand. And I just wrote, okay, there's absolutely some killer shit on here. I mean, this is a fucking good album.
Yeah.
So
I
this
mean,
is
it has
the
its
album.
missteps, but I mean,
Yeah, but Stand is like, I was like, when I got to Stand, I was like, can he maintain this?
no.
No, we can't.
So yeah,
Alright.
no disrespect to the recently deceased Sly Stone. I know he really had a lot of troubles in his life. Well, unfortunately, a lot of them were of his own doing. But
He just made some bad choices.
made a lot of bad
Yeah.
choices. Yeah, and it really messed him up mentally, and that it showed in his work. But dude kept trying up to 1982.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
I mean, All right. Well, there we
There you
go.
go.
That's
All right.
Well, that is Tommy's list, going through the whole catalog for the first time, completely for the first time. I guess maybe we should go to commercial. I don't know if there are Sly commercials, but we'll find out. There's got to be something.
Lester here wears the same outfit every show, but I don't. So I start with Hager slacks. And for today's matinee, I'll add this Hager top. For the supper show, and at midnight, this great suit look. All outfits of Encron polyester double knit. Price so I can afford to look like a headliner. So why don't you buy me Hager slacks? Because Hager doesn't make them for dummies.
Hager, America's best-known name in slacks.
Okay, let's move.
All right, we are back.
Woo, we're back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's time for Crystal to give us her list.
Hi, here's my list. It's 11 albums. Coming in at number 11, Ice Cold. At number 11 is Ain't But the One Way.
yep.
1982. Hot Mess.
With lots of S's,
3
lots of
T's and
T's.
3 S's.
I have to think after listening to that album, there could have been some other ways.
There are numerous
Surely
other
that
ways.
couldn't have been the only way.
A
Yeah.
lot of other ways.
Yeah. He'd already done those ways though.
Yeah, so yeah. It was
A technical term I think is no boy.
No Boy.
It's a
a
no boy.
big
It's a
no
no
boy.
boy.
It's a big sad mess.
Yeah. Anything off Ain't But the One Way.
No good. Coming in at number 10, Back on the Right Track, 1979. No, he wasn't, for the second time. Mostly a solo mess with some of the OG members on it.
More like his back's on the track.
Yeah. Coming in at number 9, Heard You Miss Me Well I'm Back. No, he wasn't. This was the beginning of the end, where he was sitting on top of a very long slide.
Oh no.
Yeah.
A mountain of coke.
Ooh, yeah, that was that was kept up by a mountain of coke.
That's what
Yeah.
held up the other end of the slide.
Oh my god, yeah. Oi, coming in at number 8, I have Small Talk. That was 1974. That was the last album with the complete original lineup. Strings, oy vey. Coming in at number
okay.
7. I mean, it wasn't terrible, but it just what?
I mean, I'm not,
Actually, hold on a second. Coming in at number 7, I mean, it wasn't terrible, but it was just, what? Would be a great album name for one of these later 7 Sly Stone albums.
Oh, you have to work in some sort of reference to being back in
Back
there.
in
and
the-
then
oh,
you-
yeah,
From 1978, coming in at number
Yeah.
12. I mean, it wasn't terrible. It was
But it
just.
was,
But he's kind of back.
It is kind of back. Sort of, maybe. I don't know.
Jesus Christ.
All right, coming in at number 7. He's back. No, I'm just kidding. Number 7 is A Whole New Thing that came out in 1967. So this is when they started to gel, I feel. This was a big tentative dip into R&B and funk, less song-oriented and focused than later records. It was like kind of not a slow burn, but you could feel the major funk coming. I feel like this is kind of a precursor to that.
It's like proto
Well,
Sly.
so much
Sly
of
Stone.
what we got, like from so many different bands, came just from that record.
From that
alone.
record alone, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was not on the charts at all, and most fans did not like it. I remember my cousin Jean being disappointed at the beginning, but I was like, this is a really good record. So anyway, yeah. Yeah. So there's that, Dance to the music, you can hear it coming down the pike. Number 6, High on You, 1975. Like we said, it was credited as his first solo album, but then they changed it to a Sly and this Family Stone album. The band had broken up earlier in 1975, so only a few members show up to play on it, and he played most of the music himself, and I feel like that isolation, doing it by himself, made it feel a little claustrophobic to me.
Well, he gets, starting with There's a Riot Going On, he gets so completely disconnected
It did.
from anything around him.
Yeah, it was just like in a vacuum kind of thing. And fresh, yeah. The rest of it, it's kind of whatever. It's forgettable, I guess. Number 5, Dance to the Music, came out in 1968. Following the debut, they sharpened their focus for this second record and got that funk soul, dance mixy kind of thing in there. A little psychedelia happening there. And, the title track is the highlight, 12 minutes, side 1. Again, like, you kind of feel what's happening coming. Higher was reworked for the following year's Stand, As I Want to Take You Higher, and it became the centerpiece at the Woodstock set. If you have not seen Woodstock, I don't know what is wrong with you, but you have to see the performance on Woodstock. One thing about that movie, I hate the way that it's shot.
Yes.
It's terrible.
It's kind of unwatchable.
In a lot of ways.
Yeah.
But I think it's an epic performance that you need to watch it because
Somebody needs to do a recut of those performances.
Yeah.
And do it.
because it was remastered at some point. I just think that the film was cleaned up, but not like actually done
But the
better.
split screen shit.
Yeah, that's
you know.
fucking annoying. Everybody was on acid. It's fucking hippies. They fucked it up. Coming in at number 4, I have Life. It came out in September of 1968. The third album, and this was when they settled into their groove. Dance to the music, touches. Yeah. I like it. I like it. It's good. Number 3, There's a Riot Going On.
Number 3.
Number 3, 1971. The fifth album, and it's really, it's kind of,
Yeah.
it's like,
That too.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's like sort of druggy,
Yes.
Oh, it's definitely that.
bummed out,
Yes.
foggy. Yeah.
Sounded like it was recorded onto a bowl of soup while half asleep.
Bowl of soup while half asleep. Yeah. But I don't know. Coming in number 2, I got Fresh. It's the last album to reach the top 10. And, he recorded a big part of it by himself. And fucked around with the music for 2 years, 3 years, something afterwards. And it sits in the shadow of Riot Going On. And it's a classic, though.
It was a big one.
It was a big one. It was a big record. So that means number 1 is Stand. Ooh, Stand. Woo, yeah. So that's the 4th record. They made it in less than 3 months or something like that. And I feel as though they were just like cooking with gas in the studio.
Yeah.
And, it shot them into the stratosphere. Sing a Simple Song, I Want to Take You Higher, Everyday People. I mean, what the fuck? It's amazing shit. And, yeah, that's how I feel about it. That's my list.
All right. Well, there you
R.I.P.
go. That is Crystal's Sly and the Family Stone list.
That's my list.
And
he's a complicated dude, that's Sly
he's
Stone.
a complicated guy. Yeah. Sly is a complicated guy. That's the
Yeah.
commercial time.
Makita, serene, majestic, beautiful Queen of Sheba. Yes, so great was the beauty of this magnificent black woman, it has become legendary. And now, out of the mist of 3,000 years, emerges today's beautiful black queen. Naturally beautiful, radiant, she is black essence. And her beautiful natural hair is her crowning glory. Today's beautiful queen uses Afro Sheen. Afro Sheen concentrated shampoo pampers and conditions as it cleans. Afro Sheen conditioner and hairdress is a royal feast for your hair. Afro Sheen comb easy places every hair at your command. And Afro Sheen hairspray for sheen adorns your beautiful crown. Yes, your natural expression of pride is beautifully expressed with Afro Sheen. Afro Sheen, beautiful products for a beautiful people.
So now we are back.
Oh, yeah, we're back.
And it's time for my list.
Paul's list.
And okay. All right. So just like these guys, coincidentally, I have 11 albums on my list.
Oh, that really works out well.
It worked out really well. Yeah, we talked about this in advance.
I did it right too. Yeah.
And coming in at number 11. Coming in at number 11. Heard You Missed Me, Well, I'm Back.
Really?
1970. Yes.
Wow.
No standouts, no songs, nothing even remotely memorable, nothing to see here.
Keep going.
And, well, that's kind of that. Number 10. Ain't But the One Way, 1982. Incredibly, I don't have this one at the bottom, but unlike my number 11, there are actually a couple of standout tracks, in my opinion.
That's impossible.
Ha Ha He He combines the classic 60s Family Stone sound with the late 70s disco vibe. Not a banger, but I like it. And my very favorite track on the album is the one that sounds like it could have actually been made in 1982, Who in the Funk Do You Think You Are? It has a driving ZZ Top Give Me All Your Lovin' groove, and it sounds great. It has that and I thought that was a pretty good track.
Yeah.
And it almost gave you a little bit of a glimpse of what he could have done.
Yeah.
Like, it's not as good as he could have or should have been.
Right.
But it's like, oh, I could see where he might have gone in 82 if he was gonna,
glimmer
try.
Or something. Yeah.
He could have made it if he tried, but overall, this is basically his 1979 disco album, made and released in 1982. I mean, Sly is definitely no longer aware of his surroundings, and the album cover, holy Christ, You have overtly mid-70s Sly flying fresh style through the lowest rent early 80s graphics imaginable. For years I didn't pay attention to this record because the cover is so awful that I thought it was some fifth-rate comp or something. I didn't realize it was actually one of his proper albums.
Yeah.
Like, I heard it for the first time, like, maybe 5 years ago.
Oh, yeah?
Because of that. I didn't know what the fuck it was. I thought it was like a Pickwick comp.
Gosh.
Yeah.
Yipes.
Anyway, that's number 10. My number 9. Back on the right track.
He's back.
No, he's not. No, he's not. Yeah. Sly tries to get back to doing Sly. It's okay, I guess. It's much better than what I would expect from him in 1979, but still nothing to write home about. If it's not adding up, tries to recycle Larry Graham's "Thank You for Letting Me Be Myself" bass part, but comes off as nothing more than a pale imitation, and the song isn't even 1% as good. The best this album is good for is funky Sly background music. Put it on in a social situation where nobody's really paying attention to the music, and it'll be fine.
Alright.
Number 8. Small Talk from 1974.
Same spot I had it.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yep.
Basically Fresh Part 2, but with lesser material, in my opinion. Just sounds like fresh outtakes that deservedly didn't make that album. There are definite standouts, though. Say You Will and the singles Time for Livin' and Loose Booty are some of the best of his post-Fresh tracks. Loose Booty, which seems to cut in while already in progress, is the real track upon which the Beastie Boys built Shadrach from Paul's Boutique. This Is Love, which closes the album, is like a cool 50s style doo-wop ballad. You know, there's some good stuff on it. I just don't love that record much. Coming in only at number 7. Merely at number 7. Dance to the Music.
Whoa.
1968, yeah.
Sour.
My least favorite of the 60s albums, but still a good one. Compared to the other albums from the first era, I find it a bit weak, but it's all relative because if you listen to this after trudging through the later albums, this will suddenly sound right up there with Stand. Side 2 is the stronger of the sides, in my opinion. The only thing on side 1 for me that's undeniable is the title track. After that, there's just nothing happening. If Dance to the Music were a 12-inch single, then Dance to the Medley, which closes side 1, would be all the unnecessary 12 minutes of extra crap that they tacked onto the end of it for people to keep dancing. And that's most of the side.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I never really loved that album, but again, it's way better than the ones I already talked about. All right, so number 6, I believe we all have this at number 6, High on You.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, we did.
1975. This album is an oasis in the desert that is the latter half of Sly's catalog. The Family Stone had broken up after Small Talk, and this is Sly's one and only album release under just his own name. We included it on this list because it's every bit as much a Sly and the Family Stone record as the ones that came after it, which he did in fact put out under the band name. I don't know if he had a fire lit under his ass to prove something after the breakup. All I know is that he sounds like he's been infused with his 60s energy again. The songs still aren't quite as good as that period, but it's really upbeat, fun, an enjoyable record. No dark, druggy Sly here. I hadn't listened to that in a long time, and it really surprised me when I listened to it. Like, I remembered it not being that good, and I'm like, fuck, what am I talking about? Like, this is not bad.
Yeah.
Especially for 1975.
It was a good revisit.
Like, he's kind of banging it on this.
Yeah.
Relatively speaking. Number 5. Fresh from 1973. When I was a kid, I thought this was a Roberta Flack album.
What?
Because of the cover.
Oh,
I see now, that's
yeah.
the Richard Avedon cover of Sly jumping. You know, this came out when I was like 3 years old, and I couldn't read yet. I couldn't see that it said Sly the Family Stone. I just looked at the cover. I thought that was Roberta Flack.
Black? Oh my god.
But Fresh is sort of the lighter or less dark side of There's a Riot Going On. He's still druggy as all hell, but at least he's seemingly in a happier place. I'm not a fan of the pitched up vocal thing that he did on this album. That's one of the sort of bad marks on it for me. There's so many songs that I would love to hear with them,
Regular.
them correcting his vocals.
Yeah.
But, In Time, If You Want Me to Stay, Let Me Have It All, and Skin I'm In. Great stuff. If it were left up to me as an outtake from the live sessions, and it sounds like it, this is so clearly not the post-Stan Sly. But, number 4. There's a Riot Going On from 1971. Yeah, albums like this one and Fresh are not immediate. They are not immediate. I first heard this album in the 80s. I was in Rainbow Records And this was early days of CDs when when they still had
The
long
big
boxes,
rack thing, yeah.
and certain discs didn't have a printed long box cardboard, but they would be in those transparent plastic ones where you can just see the disc inside.
Yeah.
And I saw there's a riot going on with the replacement cover, that has the gatefold shot of Sly in front of the crowd. And somebody who worked there put a sticker on it, and they just wrote, "A classic. You should own it." And I was like, oh, that looks really cool. And I looked at the back, Family Affairs on it, and I thought,
All right.
this looks like a bargain for me. And so I bought it, and I took it home, and I was like, the fuck's going on here? The fuck is going on here?
A classic.
But, I scratched my head for a while, and I went and I played it again another day, and went, oh, well, okay. Oh, yeah, I kind of remember that song. I don't know, it's just still a little weird. And then I went back to it again later. Oh, yeah. And just until it was a slow burn.
Yeah.
But the first listen was like, am I being punked? What the fuck's going on here? So because you don't know what you're gonna get out of that. Especially, you got to imagine people who bought that record when it was new, coming off of Life and Dance to the Music and Stand.
Yeah.
That had to have been just like, what the fuck?
is
Like
going
way
on?
more of a what the fuck than I experienced.
Yeah.
And but
What happened?
now I love it. Not every song, but overall, it's a vibe. It is a vibe, and if you're in that mood,
Yeah.
all right.
Good.
So number 3, my number 3 is a whole new thing. The debut album from 1967. I just really love that early enthusiastic vibe. Like, obviously the songs aren't as good as they're going to get, but I think they're better than on Dance to the Music. I mean, say for obvious, like Dance to the Music is obviously better than any song on the first album, but
yeah.
I just like this first album a lot. I don't have a lot to say about it. I just like it, and it's at number 3.
Okay.
And, okay, now my number 2, I was shocked this landed at number 2, and I've always really liked this album. Definitely has quite a few songs that are on the Greatest Hits album, but none of them were really big hits. But I did not expect this to land at number 2, but when I went back over everything, Life hit at number 2. I was shocked. But man, Dynamite, you're a chicken, don't be a come on, man. Plastic Jim, fun when I party hardy.
Yeah.
All is on my mind. Harmony, Life, Love City, my lady. Yeah, what a fucking great record that is. But of course, my number 1 is Stan. Come on, you think I'm not human? Yeah, of course.
You have ears; they work.
Yeah, I mean, now granted, I will say I like a larger, more of the songs on Life than on Stand. I just like the songs that I like on Stand way more than anything on Life. Because, I mean, Stand is practically a Greatest Hits album. I mean, you have stuff like, it opens up strong with the title track, but then right away at track 2, it goes into track 2.
Don't call me nigga, Whitey.
Which is kind of almost like a precursor to where he's about to go. You almost get a little bit of like where he's about to head with that. And then of course side 2 is almost entirely wasted by Sex Machine. But there are 2 bangers on that album or on that side other than that. And so it's like this really absolutely kick-ass album that has a couple of major blemishes on it for me. But everything else on it is so damn good. You could just cut those other things off and have it be like a 15-minute album, and it would still be like absolutely incredible.
Yeah. 15 minutes, yes.
Yeah. I think it was a bit too much for Sly, because he kind of went off the deep end after that record.
Yeah.
And the unfortunate thing is that some of my favorite Sly songs aren't included on any of these albums, because after this he went to go make another album that he never finished. His 1970 album that didn't happen, which was going to be Thank You for Letting Me Be Myself, Everybody's a Star, and my very favorite Sly the Family Stone song of all time, Hot Fun in the Summertime. Those 3 songs, that's the beginning of the next album. Oh boy, shit, that shit was going to be amazing.
Yeah.
But unfortunately he went, drugs.
Cocaine.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sad.
All right, so there you go. That is my list. And we're going to take a break.
Hey, Sam. How come you're not playing?
'Cause I'm a girl, Daddy.
Oh,
Come on and have a Pepsi day. Come on and taste the Pepsi way. To taste your day, look at you. Show them what a girl can do.
You want a Pepsi, Sam?
Samantha.
Samantha.
Come on and have a Pepsi day.
All right. Heard you missed us. We're back.
Again.
We're back on the right track.
Oh,
Well,
my
actually, we're going to
God.
get out of here, right?
No, we're not.
Do we have any time for small talk?
No.
Oh, come on. He thinks his jokes are fresh. Okay.
Both
okay.
of you shut up because the ride's about to go
Oh,
on.
okay,
no.
okay. All right, well, get ready because next week we're going to have a whole new thing.
Oh no, I will not stand for that.
Oh, come on, man.
As you know, there ain't but the one way to end this show.
Oh, shut up, Whiteys.
Oh!
Now you have to say, don't call me.
You know, I think we'll just end this bit now.
We're ending that. Okay,
Yeah,
all
we'll
right.
just go.
Okay. Well, thank you everybody for watching, and thank you for subscribing if you had. If you haven't subscribed, then maybe consider subscribing. But if you do, click the little bell for notifications, and come back because I think I should know this shit
What
in
we gonna
advance,
do?
but
What we gonna do, Paul? What we gonna do?
we're gonna get down. We're gonna be doing an album review.
Oh!
Next week we're going to be doing an album review, and next week will be my
Paul's
choice
choice.
of an album by a band called Lake, a German band who put out a 1976-1977 debut album, and we're going to be discussing that.
Late.
Until then, though, see you later.
Bye.
Bye.
I like the comment that we got on one of the episodes about how you introduced a new character called No Hat Tommy.
Yeah,
Didn't
that was
tell
that was
anyone.
brilliant.
Yeah.
That was fucking brilliant.
I didn't see that.
I think we're about right. Okay.
No hat, Tommy.
Hi, y'all.
Who goes first?
What's on second?
You.
Oh, good.
I don't know who's on third.
So, luckily, Tommy doesn't get the last word on this because
no, you don't want,
Oh,
that,
yeah.
you don't
You
want
know.
that to happen.
we want to end on an up note.
No,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm in,
Actually, I guess we will because you probably like your number one album.
I do, but right now I'm in no mood for Sly Stone's fucking foolishness for a lot of his careers.
You know? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
All right.
shall we try this?
Surely.
And you know it's true, Chris.
Girl, you know it's true.
I got nothing.
Yeah.
Sly's he's a flawed genius.
Yes.
Well, he just went out of his mind, basically.
Basically.
Like he had that shit dialed, and then he just like went off his
Lost
rocker.
it.
It was
Yeah.
no longer dialed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very sad.
Anyway, okay. Once again, having a second look, looking after the sanity of editing me, of future me who's in the edit mode.
Oh, I thought that was Dolly for a second.
How's it look?
It looks
Fucking
good.
amazing.
I got a
dude.
right arm. He has a left arm.
Yeah.
Well,
We're fine.
I'd hit it.
he does in theory. I mean, we don't see it, but but it's there.
Chris, I think there's a feather in your hair.
Is it?
Yeah. I don't know if that bothers you, but there is a feather in your hair.
Can you
See
take
it,
it
Paul?
out of my hair?
What?
See it right there, the feather?
Oh, you
Yeah.
know, you
Oh, yeah.
yeah, something fell from a tree and got.
Yeah. Yeah, a little bit of a leaf.
Let me get it.
At
One
least
of
it's
those
not
little
a
micro
bird.
leaves.
At least it's not a bird.
Yeah.
That's
Now
not-
that is some B-roll. Me picking shrubbery from Crystal's hair.
Oh, yeah,
Shrubbery.
that's B-roll if there ever was B-roll. A strawberry! Okay.
All right, here we go.
Shrubbery.
3, 2, 1. Well, all right.